Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you in MVC how to create crud functionality with partial views using jQuery pop-up window. Clicking the add new employee, and here we got the new pop-up window is opened, and notice the controls is not aligned properly because I have already said I'm not adding any styles to the controls, so it looks very normal and plain. Let's insert some employee details. Charan at gmail.com. Occupation is a blogger. The salary is 2000. Save. And see, here we got the alert message, record inserted successfully. Click OK and close the pop-up window. Let's refresh the browser. See, here the employee detail Charan is displaying in the web grid control. So let's check the table also, is the record is added or not. I'm executing the statement. See here, the employee is 1, Charan, email ID, occupation blogger, and salary is 2000. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in MVC, first we'll create a table in Microsoft SQL Server Management. I'm expanding the root folder. I'm expanding the databases. The sample DB is my user database. I'm creating a new table in this database. I'm expanding the tables. Right click the sample DB. New query. And I'm creating a table. Create table dvo dot. The table name is the EMP details. The first column I am adding EID, which is the employee ID. The data type is int, not null, and I am adding the identity for the EID column, which is the auto-generate column. Identity 1,1, as well as I am adding primary key for this column. The second column is the ename, which is varchar 50, comma, email varchar 50, occupation varchar 50, and the last column I'm adding salary, which is the integer type. I'm executing the statement, execute, and here we got a message, command completed successfully, which means the table is created in this sample DB database. I'm expanding the tables folder. I'm refreshing the tables folder, and here the EMP details table is added. Let's browse the table, right click, select top 1000 rows. Right now in this EMP details table contains 0 rows. Now I want to implement the crud functionality, creating, updating and deleting on this EMP details using MVC. Let's open Visual Studio. For this video tutorial, I'm creating a new MVC project. Go to File, New, Project. I'm choosing ASP.NET Web Application and the .NET Framework is 4.6.1. The project name is MVC crud functionality. Okay, and from the templates I'm choosing MVC4. Okay, and here the project is successfully created. Let's close this default window. Open Solution Explorer. First, in this project, I'm adding the ADO.NET Entity Model. Right click the project name, add, ADO.NET Entity Data Model. I'm selecting that one. And the item name for the model is MVC crud. Okay. And from the model contents, I'm selecting the first option, EF Designer from database. Next. I'm creating a new connection. My SQL server name is. After adding the server name, I'm selecting the database name, which is sample DB. Test connection is succeeded, OK, and OK. And I want to save this connection string in the web.config file, and the connection name is a sample DB entities. Click next. And from the database objects, I'm expanding the tables, and also I'm expanding the DBO. Our table name is EMP details. I'm selecting that one. Finish. And here the EMP detail table is added to our model. Let's close this. Now next I'm adding a class in the models folder. Open Solution Explorer. I'm minimizing the references folder. See the models folder, right click that one. Add class. And the class name is EMP crud add. Now in this class I'm creating a public properties. Public int. The first property I'm adding for the column name EID. Public string. The second column name is ename. Public string. The third one is an email. Public string. The fourth column name is occupation, and the last one is a public integer type, which is a salary. Now I'm creating a controller. In the controllers folder, open Solution Explorer. In the controllers folder, right click that one, add controller. I'm selecting MVC for controller empty, add. The controller name I'm giving EMP add, and here we got the controller also. First I'm adding the EMP crud class from the models folder using the project name is MVC crud functionality dot models folder. After that, in the action result index, I'm adding my connection string name, which is as sample DB entities. SD is equals to new sample DB entities. In the return view, SD dot EMP details dot to list. Now in this action result index, I'm just fetching the records from the EMP details table. Now it's time to create a view page for this index action result. But before that, we need to build this project. Build solution. And the project is build succeeded. Let's close this window. Highlight the index, right click that one. Add view. The view name is index only. I'm not changing. The template is I'm selecting the list. The model class, which is the EMP detail. The data context class, sample DB entities. Add. And here we got the index view page also. And notice here I got the action link create, edit details and delete. I'm deleting those links which I don't require. Before adding the insert functionality, let's check the basic output how it looks on the browser. But we need to change the controller name. Open Solution Explorer, app_start folder. I'm expanding that one. routeconfig.cs. Open that file, and notice here the controller name is a home, which is a default one. I'm deleting that one. Our controller name is a EMP. Copy that one. I'm pasting here. And the action is index only, which is this one. Let's check the output. Google Chrome. And here we got the output, which is the default output of the table. Instead of displaying records in a default table, I want to display records in a web grid. Let's add a web grid and one button control to insert the records. Stop debugging. I'm changing the header index MVC crud functionality horizontal line. I'm deleting this table. I'm adding a button control input type. Button value is equals to add new employee at. I'm adding WebGrid class, creating an object is equals to new WebGrid source, which is model, at wbgrid.getHTML table style attribute. I'm adding table, comma, columns, new array, wbgrid.column, the string column name, which is EID, employee ID, and the second parameter is the header, employee ID, comma, copy. I have 5 columns in my table. One is the EID, and the second column is the ename. Header is the name. Third column is the email. Fourth one is the occupation. This one, copy this one. And this here. The header also occupation. And the last one is a salary. Heading is a salary. I'm deleting the last comma of the column. Let's check the output, the web grid and the button control is added or not. I rerun the browser. And here we got the output after adding the web grid and button control. Now my next step is, when a user clicks this button control, I want to open a pop-up window with a partial view to insert the new employee details into the EMP details table. Let's switch back to the MVC application. Write the coding part. Go to controller. After action result index, I'm creating a new partial view result, public partial view result, create, and this partial view result return partial view, the first parameter I am adding the partial view name, which is a create, comma, new models dot emp crud class. And this partial view result, which is the HTTP GET. I'm adding HTTP post to this create partial view result. Public JSON result create. Inside this create method, I'm adding emp detail, emp sample db entities, sd is equals to new sample db entities, sd dot emp details dot add emp sd dot save changes method, return JSON. Here the object data is the emp, comma, JSON request behavior dot allow get. And here emp crud class is a function. That's it. We have done the coding part in the controller to create new employee record. Now let's create a new partial view for this controller. Highlight the create, right click, add view, and here the view name is a create only. The template is empty without model, and after that in the options the create as a partial view, I'm selecting that one to create a partial view. Add. Now here we got the partial view. Now inside this partial view I'm adding the model. Add model. The project name is MVC crud functionality dot models dot emp crud class. I'm adding edit tags, add new employee, details, horizontal line. After horizontal line, I'm adding the label. Label is a emp name at html dot editor for model dot ename. Break. Let's copy this. The second one is the employee email ID. Here I'm adding dot email. The next one is the occupation. Dot occupation, and the last one is a salary. Dot salary. After that, I'm adding p tag. Inside this p tag, I'm adding button control. Input type is equals to button. Value is equals to save. After that, I'm adding a JavaScript script. Type is equals to text JavaScript function save details, variable ename is equals to between double quotes hash ename dot value. Copy this. The second one is the employee mail, which is the email. Employee occupation, which is the occupation. Third one is the salary. Copy this one. I'm adding salary. I'm creating another variable insert emp is equals to between double quotes ename colon ename comma email colon email comma between double quotes occupation colon occupation comma salary colon this side. $.post method between single quotes the string URL is /s, the controller name is emp, this one, and create the view page, comma the second parameter is a string data, which is the data is insert emp, comma, and the third method notice the function is success. Function data if data double equals to 0 location is equals to location dot href semicolon comma, and the last one we have to require the data type to load the data, which is a string data type, which is a JSON data type, single quotes, between single quotes, semicolon. After record is inserted successfully, I want to display alert message, alert record inserted successfully. That's it, we have finished the scripting part. Here in the button control, on click event, I am adding save details function. And the last part, we need to add the latest jQuery CDN links. Let's visit google.com to grab the latest CDN links. In the Google search engine, I'm typing the latest jQuery CDN Google. From the results page, the first option, hosted libraries, click that one. And notice the right side, the contents, click jQuery. The jQuery snippets, I'm choosing the version 3.3.1. Just copy this script, paste here. Again visit the website, and this time I'm selecting jQuery UI. Copy these both snippets, copy, and I'm pasting here. That's it, we have done the complete coding part in the partial view page, which is a create view page. And one more important, just for the time saving, I have not added any designing for this, and this view page looks very simple. Let's switch to the index.cshtml. When a user click the button control, this create.cshtml, which is a partial view, I want to open this page into a pop-up window. So for that, I'm creating a new div, which is a pop-up. id is equals to open pop-up style display none. This div tag is a pop-up window. I'm adding script. Type is equals to text JavaScript function create pop-up variable x is equals to dollar. Between double quotes, I'm adding the element. Here the element is a div id, which is an open pop-up hash pop-up x dot load method. The first one is between single quotes, I'm adding the URL path, which is this one, comma, and the second parameter is a function. So I'm creating a function x dot dialog for this open pop-up dialog window. I'm adding some animation, show effect. Between double quotes, I'm adding blind. The duration, which is a time period, is 1000, comma, hide effect explode, comma, duration 1000, model true, comma, the width of the pop-up, which is 450, comma, height 500, comma, title of this. Between double quotes, I'm adding add new employee record, comma, the last attribute I'm adding resizable, symbol false. That's it. We have just finished the scripting part. Now the final step is we need to add this function, JavaScript function, to the button click event on click. I'm pasting that function. That's it. Now it's time to check the results to insert the new employee details into the database. Google Chrome, and here we got the output. I'm clicking the add new employee, and here we got the new pop-up windows opened. And notice the controls is not aligned properly because I have already said I'm not adding any styles to the controls, so it looks very normal and plain. Let's insert some employee details. Charan at gmail.com. Occupation is a blogger. The salary is 2000. Save, and see here we got the alert message, record inserted successfully. Click OK and close the pop-up window. Let's refresh the browser. See here, the employee detail Charan is displaying in the web grid control. So let's check the table also, is the record is added or not. I'm executing the statement. See here, the employee is 1, Charan, email ID, occupation blogger, and salary is 2000. That's it. In my next video I will show you how to edit and delete functionality.